Oh boy, time now for another episode of Mr. Nailsin's Sunday Comics. And continuing on with The Eternals When Gods Walk the Earth. And here we have Thena and Mockery. Riding around fighting deviants, you know. They came to prevent a holocaust and stayed to create chaos. Oh, okay. Well, Gods&Men, a city college? Anywho, here we go. That's the cover. It's not bad. It's pretty good. Yeah. Anywho. And, see? The cover didn't lie. The gods are back. A monumental event which must affect the lives of all humans. With sudden revelation. Bathed in flame and filled with fury, devils and demons have invaded New York City. Living legends have joined the fray while frightened humans wait for answers. Answers known only to the Eternals. Hey, where are the Avengers and Fantastic Four and Spider? Yeah. They kind of approached it like it's completely separate, but yeah, well, that's not how things work out, is it? So, the title is Gods&Men at City College. Make your run, Mockery. There's a group of the enemy directly below us, and I want a well-placed throw. You shall have it, Thena. Our combined skills have wrought havoc with the deviants this night. Yeah. So they're like, oh no! So the energy sphere flashes with unerring accuracy at the deviants below. As it nears the startled group, it blazes with crackling light, which ensnares its targets. You savages will regret this attack on the humans. Curse it, Eternals. The craft is too swift. We can't bring it down. Never mind them. Break out of this energy ring, all of you. It's too bright. I can't see. So, there you go. Oh, one more. Don't forget him. The energy singes and scorches. Well, I guess you shouldn't have gotten in the middle of it, huh? Dummy. Okay. So, they pretty much beat the deviants at that point. So, don't you say, Thena, he's grown horns. The devil game, a favorite deviant pastime. True. It's never failed to arouse the humans to fury. The space gods have returned, Thena. The humans will now associate them with devils and wage a cosmic war while we deviants watch them destroy each other. I think it's more the Celestials will destroy the humans if they, yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. That's horrible, Crow. And what's more, it won't work. Humans have outgrown this devil fear. But it will work, my dear. And to prove it, I shall call a truce on any terms you wish. I accept your challenge. It is known to me that you hold an eternal captive. Release her, and all others taken in your raid. See, he's got the hots for Thena, you know, and apparently the feeling's mutual, you know. Because he's a horny devil. Tee-hee. It shall be done at once, fair one. Get that, Inspector. Devils, deviants, turtles. What's it all about? It means don't make any hasty moves. Something tells me that we're not up against the folks next door. Well, yeah, just look at them. But we can't we just can't, whatever. We're not cooling our heels, Hogan. It's him again. We're not cooling our heels, Hogan. Contact the commissioner and report what's happening here. Shouldn't he know by now? The whole city's been in flames. Tell him that the fighting is at an end and prepare to deal with people that are out of this world. Yeah. Well, we skip ahead. Meanwhile, in a security chamber aboard the raiding craft, this human female dies if you show the slightest sign of pulling one of your mystic tricks, sorcerers. I'm sorry that the deviants are using me to keep you captive, Cersei.
The Eternals have ethics. She's obliged to protect you.
Oh, shut up. I'm bored with the lot of you. Even Attila the Hun was more entertaining. He behaved like a slob, but at least he liked music and dance. Really, Cersei, this is hardly the time. Oh, blah. What do you know about making the most of one's time? You're only Margot Damien, a silly little human who will probably be old and bent before she learns the joy of living. What a bitch. But, a far more interesting character than, the plank of wood you got in the movie. Eternals, on the other hand, have the accumulated knowledge of centuries of living. We love a good laugh, even at the expense of this kind of dum-dum.
Yow! Oh! Foul eternal female! You can't be killed, but one blaze with this weapon can turn you into a frightful Alec myth.
Oh my, listen to the charming little trigger man. Be my guest, gun happy, fire away, if it turns you on.
I can't. My flame rifle has been transformed into soft rubber. This is your doing, witch. It is known that you have the power to rearrange the molecules of any object, which begs the question, why didn't you do that sooner? But whatever. Oh no, my weapon, whoops, has gone flaccid.
So anyway, they, escape and end up with Icarus again, because we got to jump ahead. No sooner is the brain mine removed than Icarus begins to stir. He rises shakily from his induced state of immobility. Icarus, do you feel any ill effects?
There. Oh, hello, Margot. I'm fine, just fine. That is, if you can call a lapse of memory feeling fine.
You were bushwhacked, hero. Somewhere in your battle with the deviants, you were, decorated with a brain mine. Okay.
Icarus levitates from confinement in the cylinder with natural ease.
He's recovering rapidly. Why not? His skull can't be dented.
Have a care, Cersei. You toy with a bruised male ego. Destiny has given you new life, Eternal. I'm not thrilled by your comments, Deviant.
Well, it's not that bad.
Let's see how Destiny deals with your skull.
Hey, you can't do that, sorehead. No.
She's trying to tell you there's a truce. Truce!
A wall screen suddenly flashes familiar images within the chamber.
This truce is obviously a fact. When one sees Eternals mingle with deviants.
Cease this hostility. Old feuds have no place in universal issues. Our task is to unite all our species in an effort to deal peacefully with the space gods. Cynical Crow feels that this will fail. He feels that the humans will panic and resist the gods.
Well, that was his plan anyway, But then you showed up and now you can't think straight,
Oh, well, anyway, soon after, in sight of the New York skyline, an air shuttle departs from the hidden undersea craft with the freed Eternals. The city still smolders, but there's no sign of fighting. Then the truce is really in effect. The deviants have inflicted no more than fright and property damage. Okay, yet this is an image of disaster the humans won't soon forget. Humans fear what they don't understand. I am certain that learning the truth will calm them down. Okay. The first step is taken that night in the office of Dr. Samuel Holden. Margot, I still find it difficult to believe everything you've told me, and yet it explains the foundation of every prevailing myth. I promised you proof, Dr. Holden. Living proof. These people you're going to meet will leave no doubts concerning the validity of what I've told you. Actually, they're very much like we are, except for their unique forms of development.
If they live up to expectations, their very appearance will revolutionize the field of anthropology. I'm ready to meet them, Margot. By Jupiter, I consider it a single honor that you chose me to create a climate in which Homo sapiens can meet his long-lost cousins face to face.
I know that you're the man for the job. There's more at stake than a crash course in new social relationships.
Speaking of, why not you and me? But then Margot Damien gestures at the door. It is indeed the moment of truth for humanity, which has lived for centuries, countless centuries, with mysteries it couldn't define. It's time to back up my story. Come in, all of you. What? Who's this cockblock? Dr. Holden? We'd like to introduce ourselves. Thus, an open discourse with humans begins. Which probably should have done long before now, but, Anyway, here they are. Look at that. So, a week passes. Close negotiations with political and law enforcement authorities are finally followed by the surprise appearance of guests at City College, amid a visible stir from the assembled students of anthropology.
Well, who are they? I don't know. They look like the cast of some new musical. It must be some kind of put-on. Who cares? Those chicks are cool.
Good day to you, humans. We come among you scholars in the spirit of friendship and cooperation. Ha! They deride us. Humans respect only the lash and the flame gun. I've given this class the chance to study these gracious visitors, and I'm curious about your impressions. Even fastidious comments will be accepted. He'll get 'em. We must look alien to them.
Okay. Well, not really, except maybe Crow here. You're just in, weird clothes. That's about it. So, anywho... Okay, so you're the gods and devils of our past. What brings you out of the closet now?
I resent that. My species has been out before. We once ruled the world. Don't cloud the issue, Crow. The humans must get to know us first. Then know this, we're neither gods nor devils. I am of the deviants. Well, and my species is basically possessed of an unstable atomic structure. Thus, by manipulating our own atoms, we can change our form. Watch closely, kids.
His horns, they're gone. So they were fake all along. You just pulled them off, right?
More than magic, less than a miracle, I'm no longer a threat. Why, if I ran for office, I dare say I'd get some of your votes.
Okay. You wouldn't get mine. I still think you're the devil. Sure, the devil can do exactly what you did.
Thus the devil remains your fear and my weapon. Hold! You must also reckon with the Eternals.
Icarus speaks and takes to the air. Hey, well, that's no trick, but how does he do it?
It is mental and physical fusion, mind and matter, working in perfect harmony.
Oh, tell them it's levitation. We can do it, and they can't. Perhaps someday they will, if they don't wipe themselves off the map. Well, anyway, at that moment, high in the Andes Mountains, a group of agents have been dropped in order to survey an alien structure.
There it is, just as the aerial photographer...
What? Just as the aerial photographer was it?
But what is it? I don't know. Above all, the big question is what's happening inside that dome.
UFOs and space giants. We've drawn the kookiest job on record.
The job begins. Surveillance is established, and further operations are to follow. Nick Fury's men make their first report to base.
Well, there you go. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s involved, so there's the connection. Oh, yeah. So I guess we'll just have to assume that, the Avengers and Fantastic Four were, I don't know, in outer space somewhere.
This is it, Stevenson. The group has reached point 1 and can see the dome clearly, but the interior's a mystery. We intend to move in closer.
Hey,
I think I spotted movement, but I lost it.
Both Celestial and Earthman have the capability of movement, but the Celestial does it differently and faster. The giant shadow is upon the agents with a sudden, startling swiftness.
Look, up there! It's a bird! No, it's one of the space giants! Oh no!
Jeez Louise. Gamenon, one of the fourth host, or of the fourth host, I guess, is an awesome sight to behold. To attempt to describe him is fruitless. To face him is frightening. To escape him is impossible. Yep.
He's like, I see you. Hold your fire. He may just be curious. Hopefully not my curious. I'm not waiting until he grabs us like mine. He's going for it. I gotta shoot.
Pow, pow. Group to base. We've made contact. The alien, he's big. Big! There are final words which end in a scream. In the silence that follows, only the winds are left to speak for missing men.
Shield to Group 1. Come in, Group 1. Report. Report.
Next issue, The Coming of the Fourth Host. All right. So, we had an Irishman, and now there's this other Celestial walking around. So, gee, what's going on? Well, we'll have to wait and see in the next exciting episode of Mr. Nailsin's Sunday Comics. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr. Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh my goodness, so many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.